I know sometimes I let my pride get the best of me, thinking we got telepathy, working on it every day, but I don't know what's next for me.
Yo, what is up? Guys, this is my first YouTube video, and I'm really excited to, do something, like, get out there, like, I'm just trying to, like, share you my funny stories about my life. I'll do funny challenges if you want. I'll do basically anything. Like, you guys tell me what you want, and I'll do it. Like, just comment down below, and I'll do it. Like, it doesn't matter. But, I was thinking, like, I want to share my life with the world, because I feel like my life has a lot of funny things involved within my life, so I feel like that I should, like, share it, like. So I was thinking, like, how do I start my YouTube career? How do I grasp everyone's attention? What big thing can I, like, do, or what story can I tell to convince everyone that I'm worth watching? Well, if you've seen by the title, this is true story. I was cheated on, but my ex cheated on me with their cousin. So before I jump right into the story, a lot of people know this story, but people who don't, I'm not going to tell you the real names, because I don't want to expose people, like the people that actually, like, were involved, and because it's very embarrassing. I don't want to, like, I'm not here to expose people. I'm here to laugh. I'm here to smile. I'm not here to upset people, and I feel like that would upset people if my ex's name got out, or, etc. So it all started back in June of 2018, last year, a little more than a year ago. I met this girl, and we started talking. Her name was Sydney, and we basically, I met this other girl that she was dating off this app called Yubo. And at the time, Yubo, it's Tinder for teens, and at the time I was obsessed with the app. I was going through girlfriends, like, left and right, and they all didn't live where I lived. They were all over the country. They were out of the country. I just wanted some love and affection, and, like, I found it through that app, and I was really immature, and, like, I don't know, I just, like, had a lot of long distance, not real relationships. But honestly, if I have to, like, look back on it, like, I'd probably say, like, this whole relationship that happened with Sydney was probably one of the realest relationships I'll ever have. So I was talking to this girl who was dating Sydney, and we were fucking around. And I found out that she was dating Sydney, and I reached out to her, and I was like, hey, like, this is happening. I didn't know you were dating this girl, but this is happening. And she got mad at me. She didn't get mad at the girl. So I wasn't really on her, like, good list. Like, she kind of hated me, like, really badly too. Like, she hated my fucking guts, and it was really funny, because, like, because of that, they continued dating, and I continued fucking around. So, I mean, you could say that I'm a bad person for that, but honestly, they're high school relationships, and it doesn't really matter. So, I continued to fuck around. This was kind of actually, it actually kind of started, this all happened at the end of May, I should say. But, beginning of June, I had Sydney on Snapchat, and she was really upset. She was posting all over her story, like crying, like, emojis. I was like, what the fuck happened? Because I stopped fucking around with the other girl, and I, like, actually cut her off completely, because I was like, I got bored. So I hit Sydney up, and I was like, hey, like, are you okay? Like, what the fuck happened? And even despite hating me, she told me everything. She told me about the girl and how they broke up, and how she's, like, heartbroken, and, like, how she's the only girl she wants, and blah, blah, blah. All that bullshit that you say about high school relationships. Oh, I want you forever, like, you're my life. Yeah, that was basically, like, what her, like, speech was to me. So I actually added the other girl back on Snap, and I kind of, like, went off on her, because I don't really remember what happened, but the way she broke up with her was kind of fucked. I actually have no idea how she broke up with her because I don't remember, but all I know is like I wouldn't have added her back if it wasn't bad. So I actually hit her up and I was like, hey, that's fucked, like fuck you, like dude. And it kind of got me on Sydney's good side, but like not, I don't know, we just started talking a little more and more each day after that. Not flirting, just like talking like regularly. But yeah, like it was just kind of weird. So Sydney, I don't know really how it happened because I started liking Sydney right away. Like she was an attractive girl. She was really funny. She was really nice. I really liked talking to her. She was athletic. She was, you know, like probably my type at the time. Perfect. Like honestly, like looking back on it, like she was like perfect for me at the time. But I told her that I liked her, and she didn't feel the same way about me, which was fine. Like whatever. Like you, I'll like whoever. Like blah blah blah. Like I don't care if you don't like me. Like all right, I'll move on. Like chill. One day she didn't like me. She was saying she didn't like me. And the next day we were sexting. Like I don't really remember how it like took like that turn, but one day we just like started, you know, flirting like mad, like, and then just started like sexting, and that was basically it though. I asked her about a relationship after a few times, like after like 2 weeks, and she said she didn't want to do it. She said she had no desire to be in a relationship right now, especially with you, like with me. And I was like, oh, okay. So I guess I like, in my mind, like, I guess I was like, maybe if I waited out, she'll be with me, but like, because I didn't want to just like be friends with benefits, because that's what we were. We were friends in the day and then whatever in the night. Like, it was like kind of like cool, but like, I don't know. I didn't want that at the time. I wanted a relationship. So we got to about the end of June, and I asked her again, and she was like, no, like, I don't want a relationship with you. And I was basically like, hey, like, I don't want to, like, just use, like, I don't want you using me for my body. That's basically what I thought she was doing. Like, I didn't want that. I wanted something real. Because, like, I didn't like being, like, friends with benefits is hard because you catch feelings for them hard. Like, actually so hard. And you're just friends, so it's kind of hard. So I was like, hey, like, I don't want to do this anymore. So I cut it off. I was like, hey, like, we can't do this anymore. And she was like, okay. And then it kind of took a turn for the worse after that. So at the time, I was in California on vacation in Disney. And a couple days later, after I cut it off, she started texting me really, like depressing shit. And, like, then was like, goodbye. And didn't text me after that at all. And, basically, she put the idea in my head that she was killing herself. And that whole day, I thought she was dead. Because I texted her over, like, 1,000 times, and she did not respond. So I honestly was in Disney World, like, Disneyland, like, crying, literally. I don't want to, like, be depressing or anything. I honestly thought she was dead. She wasn't, thank God, like, she's fine, but, I was really scared. Anyways, like, after that, like, I realized, like, when I thought she was dead, like, I realized, like, I really like this girl, because I really care for her a lot, like, I was so fucking worried, so I was like, hey, like, we can do it again, like, I was like, I don't care, like, I'll wait, like, however long, like, I'll keep doing it. Like, you can use me, but I'll wait. Like, I'll wait for a relationship with you. And honestly, like, it wasn't that long. That was probably the 25th of June, because that was right around the time it was while I was in California. I think I was in California right around that time. So, but then we started dating July 1st. July 1st, she was like, are you sure you want a relationship? And I was like, yeah. So we got into a relationship. And yeah, it was really great. Like, I really, like, I called her every day. I shouldn't say FaceTime, because she didn't have an iPhone, but I called her every day. Like I just felt a really strong connection with her, like stronger than I've ever felt with anyone. It was really different. But I really liked the girl and eventually really loved the girl. But she ended up breaking up with me on my birthday. And like I know that sounds sucky, but it's okay because that night she actually got back with me, which was really confusing because the night before my birthday we were fine. We were talking about like how I'm gonna meet her. Like we talk about that like never, but like I think that was the first day we started talking. Like I really want to meet you because I'm in love with you. So like she broke up with me the next morning. Was like, hey, like I can't do this, and then got together with me that night and was like, yo, like that was a mistake. So it was fine. And basically from there on, it was kind of on and off a lot. Like she'd break up with me, and then she'd get back together with me within the day or within the week. Like it was on and off probably about like 4 times. And then eventually she got into a relationship with another girl for a while, and so I couldn't get back with her. But I was like honestly head over heels for this girl. It was really really a problem, but she was in a relationship, so I just kind of had to sit there and like I thought I'd maybe wait it out, but after they broke up, she was like, yeah, no, I don't have feelings for you anymore, which really hurt because I was probably after we broke up, I was probably in love with this girl for maybe another 6 months. It was really bad, but it ended up being okay. So we ended up getting into a fight maybe around January, and we just unadded each other, we blocked each other on everything. And then a couple months later, I was thinking about her, and I wanted to make sure she was okay because, you know, this was a girl that I was really, like, truly in love with, I think. Like, honestly, looking, like, I know, like, I've never met her, but, like, this girl was, I loved her. Like, I cared so much about her. And I was worried because I know she had a really tough life. Like, her, like, home life and stuff. So I wanted to make sure she was okay, like, with everything. Like, I wanted to make sure. So I actually reached out to her, and she like added me back and we became friends again. So one day Sydney decided to call me and was like hey, like I gotta tell you something. And I was like, yeah, what? And she basically told me, so she had this like hometown girl, like this girl that lived in her town, and she absolutely loved her right before we met and right before she started dating that other girl. And they were best friends beforehand, but they dated, and basically this girl broke her heart. Let's just call her Miley. Yeah, Miley broke her heart, and basically, like, she told me that while we were friends with benefits, they were dating, like, they were together. And I'm thinking in my head, like what the fuck? Like, cause you basically used me for my body when you were dating someone. And I asked her when they broke up, and they actually broke up the last day of June, which makes sense because we started dating the first day of July. So, yeah. So at that point, I was kind of like okay with it because I was like, it's in the past, like whatever. And then she told me that every time, like, except one time she left me for another girl, every time she broke up with me, she left me for Miley. And every time she got back together with me, it's because Miley bailed out on her. And that made me feel really shitty because I was basically the second option, and it really hurt, but, like, I don't know. I kind of like felt like used, sort of. Yeah. So I'm not trying to make this story depressing. I'm not trying to make it depressing at all. But this is where it turns for the worse. So maybe a month or two after that, she called me up. And we were talking, like, as friends, like, funny, business, like, we were just joking around, we were having fun. And she told me, she goes, hey, did I tell you what I found out? And I was like, what? And she basically told me that she found out that Miley was her cousin. And honestly, that made the whole story okay. Me being cheated on, me being used, me being, like, heartbroken, it made it all okay because Miley was her cousin. So basically, it's really, like, funny, like, I think, but kind of fucked. Don't date your cousin. Don't do it. Also, don't date, like, Midwest girls, like Kansas, Alabama, even Georgia, they date their cousins, apparently. So, that's the story of how I was cheated on. The one time I was cheated on was with their cousin. Looking back on it, it's really funny, but... So, before I end the video, I would like to shout out Lauren Brady. Follow her Instagram and follow her Snapchat. And, I would also like to say, like, thank you guys for watching. You guys are what's going to, like, make or break me, guys. So, anything helps. Like the video, subscribe the video, send the video to your sister, show the video to your dog. I don't care. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Follow my Instagram, add me on Snapchat, and I'll see you around. Say it with me. Deuces.